Magic Stick, One-Eyed Monster, Anaconda, The Dictator, King Dong. All of those are great names for an incredible male organ called penis. And that is exactly what we're gonna talk about today. Hi, welcome to Juicy Ed. My name is Julia and this is my educational and slightly entertaining channel on all things connected to health, body, pleasure, relationship, and many other topics all around sex. Whether you're an owner of a penis yourself or just occasionally interact with one, do stick around because today we're gonna learn more about what's going on the inside of this absolutely unique magic producing organ. Before we start, I have a little disclaimer for you guys. In this video, you're about to see some extremely questionable drawings of a penis. Primarily that happened because I thought drawing penises was really easy, and once I started doing this, I was like, this is really difficult, and I had no idea. Yeah, that's just it. I just wanted to warn you so that you don't have your expectations really high. So now, let's take a look at what's happening down there for those penis owners. So male reproductive system consists of two external parts. It's the penis and the testicles. Today, we're only going to talk about the penis, but not to worry, you guys. Unlike in real life, testicles are not going to be ignored. We are going to talk about them, but I do think that they deserve a whole separate video on their own because they're also very unique and incredibly magical. So do subscribe to stay tuned and to learn more about the testicles in the other video. Back to the magic stick. The penis on its own is made out of two main parts, the shaft and the head. Let's take a look at the shaft. We're going to be taking a look at the two images. One is from the perspective as if you were looking from down below, the view some of us might have experienced. And then we're going to be taking a look as if you just cut out the penis right in the middle and see what's happening on the inside. The view I hope not as many of you have seen in your life. So, the penis consists of those three main cylinders. Two of them are called corpora cavernosa, the ones that are marked in green, and then there is one that is called corpus spongiosum, marked in blue. Two corpora cavernosa, again the green part, are placed side by side. They start with this part that is called crurus and attached to the pelvis, and they're both surrounded by this very strong but flexible tissue called tunica albuginea, and have some spongy blood vessels inside of them. So those are the two bodies that are getting filled up with blood and are making up the shaft during the erection. So, if you want to thank someone for your erection, it's not your girlfriend or boyfriend who wore a sexy outfit in front of you, it's actually those two bodies. Even though I'm pretty sure that your partner wearing a sexy outfit in front of you could be thanked for your erection as well. However, I'm completely not sure why we should thank anyone for erections. But then again, the more gratefulness in the world, the better. So cool, moving on. And then we have corpus spongiosum placed right below corpora cavernosum. So this is basically where your urethra or pee channel runs. That cylinder starts with a bulb that is attached to the perineum membrane. Both the bulb and the crurus all together make up something that is called the root of the penis. That's right, your penis has a root too. Just like a magical tree or anything else that has roots can be compared to a penis. Like people have roots, right? The lining of the cylinder is called tunica spongiosum and it is capped off with the head of the penis. I don't know why I'm so excited. This tissue, however, does not work the same way as the tissue that surrounds corpora cavernosa does, which is good as otherwise the penis owners would not be able to pee while being hard. And from what I've heard, it's already pretty difficult to do anyway. Sorry, fellas. At the base of all of those three cylinders, there are special muscles called ischiocavernosus muscles, or as I call them, the shooters, because they're responsible for shooting out sperm. Sorry, I need to put my gun down first. I have a feeling I need to stop here for a second and give you a second disclaimer. I'm pretty lame, so this is the end of a disclaimer. So right next to ischiocavernosus, there is bulbus spongiosus muscles, and both of them belong to the group of muscles that is called pelvic floor muscles. So those are very important muscles for penis owners. So I hope you guys keep those muscles flexed and work them out at the gym too. Can you even work them out at the gym? Anyway, this is how the shaft looks on the inside. Now it's time to move forward and look at the head. The head or the glans penis is the extended cap of corpus spongiosum. Remember that one cylinder in the middle of the shaft that is, yeah, all right, we're on this, all right, okay, you're still following me, I know, right? And it consists of the neck, the corona, and the meatus. So the neck of the glans of the penis separates it from the shaft. Corona, and not the one that drove the whole world insane in 2020, but that's just the thingy on top of the, yeah, okay. But the round reporter that projects from the base of the glans penis. And the meatus is the opening of the male urethra that is located right on top. It is no secret, but however, I'm gonna state it right here. The head of the penis is the most sensitive part of all. It has around 4,000 nerve endings. 4,000, you guys, that's a lot of nerve endings. And that is exactly why the head is the king of the pleasure. And you should pay enough attention to it if pleasure is what you're seeking. And in an unaroused state, the head is covered with foreskin. Unless the circumcision took place, in which case it's not. Duh. Hashtag obvious. Besides what I already described about the head and the shaft, there are also other things that penis consists of, like different nerves and arteries and other tissues, but I don't want to get too medical. I've already used like 10 different Latin words in this video, and it's around 10 more Latin words that I've used in my entire life, and it seriously starts to feel that like I'm about to produce some kind of Harry Potter type of spell, like, I don't know, Wingardium Leviosa. I warned you about being lame, you guys. I warned you. You decided to stick around, so that's what you get. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. I wonder what that spell would do. Oh, well, the original one was lifting things up, so I guess we know the answer. And besides that, we'll be learning more about how penis works in the other videos about erection and orgasm and ejaculation. That is right, you guys. The more fun topics are yet to come, so do subscribe to stay tuned for that. Oh my god, you guys, and I almost forgot to share with you one really cool thing about a penis. That's something that when I discovered it, I was like, oh, that is so cool. This is basically a fact that penis is anchored on the inside just as far as that part that you can see on the outside. How cool is that? So technically, penis owners can think of the whatever number they assign to their penis size, multiply it by 2, and they will still be right. So in case this is your strategy that you're using to attract potential partners, your penis size, here you go. You can use that. You can multiply that by 2 and you will still be right. I'm actually kidding, you guys. I mean, do not use this as your flirting strategy. First of all, it's just weird. Second of all, there are actually specific techniques on how penises should be measured, and they really vary from one setting to another actually, so it's very difficult to even make any sense out of them. Most importantly, size doesn't matter, so do not use that technique. Forget everything that I said, but do keep in mind that your dick is actually twice longer. So here you go, guys. Today you've learned all the basic things about what's happening on the inside of a penis. So if you like this video, well, give it a like, I guess, because that sounds pretty logical. And also don't forget to share it with your friends. I mean, I bet everybody wants to know what's happening on the inside of a penis, right? I really hope so, because otherwise I'm just wasting my time here, you guys. Most importantly, do let me know in the comments down below what are the other topics connected to male reproductive system that you'd like to learn more about. I'll be happy to take your suggestions. Thank you for watching, my dear sex education warriors, and have a nice sex. Wingardium Leviosa.